Hi, I'm Lori Brown. You are listening to Pondercast, and this is an independent podcast that is powered completely by its listeners, perhaps you. You can support us by going to patreon.com/pondercast and setting up a small monthly donation. We make this podcast hoping that what we do supports you. If you'd like to support us, please check it out. patreon.com/pondercast. Okay, let's Ponderbeat. Time for the quarterly music episode that Killbeat Music and Pondercast collaborate on. You will hear some recently released tracks and some from albums that are yet to be released. I hope you discover something great here, a new artist, because we all need more music to love. Let's start off with someone I didn't think we would hear anything new from ever, and that's Gord Downie. Away Is Mine by Gord Downie. Wow, a new double album produced by longtime friend and fellow musician Josh Finlayson. One album is new songs with a full band, and the other is all acoustic versions. And those acoustic mixes are something that Josh really just wanted to do for himself. But it's those ones that really speak to me. I guess I just want to feel like I can get closer to Gord. And the stripped-down versions help. These 10 songs were the last time Gord sang into a mic, July 17th, just 3 months before his death. In Away Is Mine, he writes, making words that connect, that sound like my thoughts, that disappear slow as the sun, to the pale summer sun, the pale summer washed in the rain. Words that don't connect, sounded like my thoughts, that disappears so fast to the thin winter wash. To picture Gord trying to pluck words out of the thickening murkiness of his mind. He always seemed to find his lyrics from far-flung places to begin with, and after the diagnosis, it's like he just kept continuing that journey outwards. Imagine how far out into the universe he floats now. I miss the yelp, the waver, the stab at the darkness, the pinpricks of words, the way he floated away in the mystery. This is Away Is Mine by Gord Downie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
When I get high, I get conservative. I want what you want, get it all, got to give. And not to give that away, no way. When I get high, there is no one way. Making words that connect, that sound like my thought, that disappears slow as the sun, to the pale summer sun. Pale summer washed in the rain. When I get high, I get so so humorless. I want what I wanted just to get it. Not to give it away, away is mine. And not to give it away, away is mine. Oh, words that don't connect, sounding like my thoughts. It disappears so fast to the thin winter wall.
That was Gord Downie with "A Way Is Mine." What I first thought after listening is that Luka Kaplowski is not afraid to write unflattering things about himself. Now, there's a terrific quote to sell an album on, but I love this album, so I'm going to try and put it another way. Think Lou Reed, Leonard Cohen. Those sounds and moods came through on this album for me, and on this track, the instrumentation has the feel of Gordon Lightfoot's band, that kind of quiet, gentle energy, that musical push behind a song. That's where I went listening to this new album, Stardust. Like Cohen and Lou Reed, Kaplowski is half doom, half wonder. Not afraid to present a bouquet of small personal failings, low moments, but all the while he's staring straight at the stars. Where will you go in this track? This is Luka Kaplowski with "Do I Have to Be?"
1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have to be a star to be free of conflict? Do I have to be alone to be free of all the things that make me sick? I order a drink, the service is slow. Do I have to be a king, something big, to drown in my sorrow? If I only had a car, I'd be sloping that valley. If I only had a car, I'd be free. I'd be drinking more reliably. I hasten my gaze and beckon you on. Do I have to be a saint for you to accept this ride along? There is evidence that man is as cruel as he ever was. A tired man sits at the bar, his stool breaks and we all laugh. Why is that? Do I have to be nice to be your friend? Do I even know the price to be nice can be definite? I ask you what's wrong. The energy I give to you is returning only partially. Can't you see I need some understanding too?
Luka Kaplowski. Name of the track, Do I Have to Be? This album came out at the start of the summer. Have you paid any attention to it? It's Braid's Shadow Offering. Raphael manages to herd together the rush of desperate feelings we feel once we're pushed out of the relationship bubble. It's funny how it's never just anger or grief or frustration or hurt. It's so many other things. And on this track, Here for You, she touches on the one thing that I think stays with us forever, even when the love is long gone and the anger is all gone. The feeling that seems to embed itself in us, that at some level we will always care. Maybe not on the surface, but deeper. There is a part of every relationship that lives on. It's rarely called on, but it's there. If you got the call for help from a long-lost ex, what would you do? This is Here for You by Braids.
Out chasing little sparks, see where it goes. Oh, you wish you kept me well. I was there, now I am here. You wanted freedom, so I gave it to you. I'm not gonna sit around. I was hurt, needed air. Now I'm running through the back doors, lifting my mind up. Do I need you? Do I love you? Do I hate you? Oh, should I have been more patient with your fleeting heart? I miss you, but I won't tolerate being ripped apart.
The track was called Here For You, and it was by Braids. A non-Canadian on this Ponderbeat, Steven Wilson, of Porcupine Tree fame. He has an album coming out in early 2021. It's called The Future Bites. And from what I've heard already, it's nothing about the future. It's about now. It is massively anti-consumerism and commercialism. His song titles are Unself, Self, Personal Shopper, Follower, Count of Unease, Eminent Sleaze, Man of the People, Things I Forgot, and this one, King Ghost. With Wilson's haunting falsetto, he pins down that edgy feeling that has us placing an order for something online in the middle of the night, or scrolling through Instagram so fast the stills run together into a glowing film seen from bed. It's about what happens when we find ourselves in that uneasy moment of nothing happening at 3:40 a.m. No distractions. When we notice the space and quiet and have an overwhelming urge to reach for our phones on the bedside table, not wanting to be left alone with ourselves. This is King Ghost by Steven Wilson.
Will you help me gather my thoughts? Or will you help me find the transitions I forgot? Or can you be me for a moment? Yeah, live inside me and see the world the way it always looks to me. Photograph, you're faster than most, you bloody king ghost. And you're kinda wasted, and I wish I'd waited for you to come to.
That was called King Ghost, and it's from an upcoming album by Steven Wilson. Lal has always made music about change, about wanting big change, about seeing big problems. But here comes an album that so beautifully delivers that stuck, standstill year that we're in. As we sit and stare out the window, we are feeling the seep of our unsustainable lives catch up to us. Back in March, we watched the skies clear of pollution. We saw the stars come out like never before. We came to terms with how fragile the system is that we build our entire lives on. Back in March, I had the feeling that the world was saying, go to your room and think about what you've done. And I did exactly that. Did you? This time around, how's the second wave going for you? There has been some good news. South of the border, the election made me feel such relief. Like I had been suffering a low-grade electrical shock for the past 4 years, and suddenly it was gone. It felt that good. News of a vaccine is also a great relief. It's coming. But in the meantime, I want to look out my window, watch November deliver us into winter, and listen to Lal's End of This World Together, encouraging us to just do our best. As Rosina Kazi sings, I hope we feel the end of this world together. We do our best despite the mess we've made. This is Lal with End of This World Together.
If there was paradise on earth, it is thee. This feeling of falling and flying while being still. I hope that we feel the end of the world together. We do our best despite the mess we've made. I hope that we feel the end of this world together. We do our best despite the mess we've made. All that I have is today, living for each moment. Every breath drifting into one day, we are left to grow a new existence. I hope that we feel the end of the world together. We do our best despite the mess we made. I hope that we feel the end of this world together. We do our best despite the mess we've made. We are abandoned by this lavishment. All I want is nothing but the truth. We are abandoned by this lavishment. All I want is nothing but the truth. অদ্ভুত অদ্ভুত আমরা অদ্ভুত মানুষ খালি মানুষ। অদ্ভুত অদ্ভুত আমরা অদ্ভুত মানুষ খালি মানুষ। বলো আমাকে বলো বলো আমাকে, তুমি এখানে এখানে এখানে, আমার জীবন আকাশে আকাশে, মাটির উপরে মাটির উপরে।
End of This World Together by Lal. Yves Jarvis is who you're going to hear from next. He is based in Montreal. And he says the color of this new album, Sundry Rock Song Stock, is green. And in the past, he has composed around color. So when I listened for green when I played his latest single, Emblem, and I heard green. The whispery vocals, the gentle, lush feel of Emblem, nothing forced, nothing to try and shock you into attention. Jarvis takes a very different approach, making you lean in closer to his music. This is Emblem by Eve Jarvis.
Sounding to me just buzzing more, causing contemporary lapse in principles. Sun in Aries and moon in Capricorn, impress you, always get your way. A birthright to this day. What was once a crude refinery, endorsed by the commission, source for systemizing harder, birds for formula to emanate, to set the record straight. Please seek and receive, try to recklessly ifs and threats will unweave at the pull of a string, an emblem of dissent, unanimously awarded when you disobey, and don't get pulled astray.
Eve Jarvis on Ponderbeat. That was Emblem. Another artist from Montreal now, Edwin Raphael. He also has a very relaxed, warm way with his music. In that amazing way that you can feel your body surrender to sleep, I think Raphael's voice has the same rush. Muscles letting down, guard letting down. This track is kind of a half-conscious body high that would feel so good right about now. Let me know when you feel its effects. This track could be a second wave savior for you. This is Edwin Raphael featuring Juletta with Mild Sanity.
Got your winds of head, I need that scenery. I went numb this year, some kind of serotonin.
Believe me, believe.
I say it's rational.
Gotta move for it, move for it. I'm on the wrong side.
Gotta move for it, move for it. I'm on the wrong side. Season gold brush, look for my eyes. My sanity, look for my eyes. Season gold brush, look for my eyes. My sanity, look for my eyes. You get it good, better than your peers. Your words don't hold something you're scared of. Gotta move for it, move for it. I'm on the wrong side. Gotta move for it,
Season gold brush, look for my eyes, my sanity, look for my eyes. Season gold brush, look for my eyes, my sanity, look for my eyes.
I didn't know you then, when you were just beginning, the first of many seasons, not just a dream occurring. I didn't know
I've been invited and all
when you were just
I've
beginning,
been inside of
the
nostalgia.
first of many
I've been
seasons,
invited and all
not just a dream
I've
occurring,
been inside of nostalgia.
just a dream
I've
occurring,
been invited and all
just a dream
I've
occurring.
been inside of nostalgia. I've been invited and all of you. I've been inside of nostalgia. And I've been invited and all of
Just
you.
a dream
I've
occurring,
been inside of nostalgia.
just a dream occurring.
That was Mild Sanity by Edwin Raphael featuring Juletta. I'm a big fan of Tamara Lindemann of The Weather Station, and I would like you to be too. And here's why. She has one of the most thoughtful voices around, and her delivery is hers alone. But strangely, it feels a lot like the voice I think we all have in our heads. Personal and political, this track, Robber, spills out like an intimate confession. Lindemann's owning up to the role she plays in the world by turning and looking the other way, trying not to notice how the earth is being depleted and exploited, and in turn, how we suffer the same treatment. Lindemann says, there are real human people who are literally robbing us and all future generations of all of everything that matters right now. But we literally can't see that as a society because, for one thing, we've been taught to not value what is taken. And for another, because we've been taught to glamorize and love the taker. We love to love the taker. We don't know how to see the victim of the taking. Musically, this track is lush and complex. She split up the full 7-piece band into 2 teams. One was in charge of order and straightness, and the other, chaos and improvisation. It's full and contradictory and complex and is exactly what this song needs. Can you not look away and see the robber? This is The Weather Station with Robber.
I never believed in the robber. I never saw nobody climb over my fence. No black bag, no gloved hand. I never believed in the robber. I figured everything it took was gone. Nothing to do, nothing to be done. I never believed in the robber. No, I never believed in the robber.
divided into two. No, the robber don't hate you. No, the robber don't hate you. He had permission, permission by words, permission of thanks, permission by love, permission of banks, white tablecloth dinners, convention centers. It was all done real carefully. Make real imagination, make unreal that which can be taken. Turn your gaze from the window's light, turn your attention to the sharp I never believed in the robber when I was young. I learned how to make love to the robber, to dance with the other, to wring from his hand the touch of a lover. I never believed in the robber. Nobody told me nothing was mine, if nothing was mine, then taken was all there was. Looting at dawn, looting at dusk, hold up at the gates for the want of lust. And all I saw was the dust I kicked up.
Such a beautiful voice. That is Robber by The Weather Station. Two people in a room together, breathing, each with a stringed instrument improvising together. You know how someone else's breathing can change yours? Someone's slow, rhythmic breathing can be so calming. I remember a crying baby on my chest and consciously slowing and deepening my breath, using whatever I could to send messages of calm and quiet to my baby. This music works like that too. The two people in the room are Charles Spearin, of Broken Social Scene and Do Make Say Think, and he's playing a Swedish stringed instrument called a nyckelharpa. Think of it like a keyed fiddle. It's still played with a bow, but the keys press the frets. And he's with a Swedish violinist named Josefin Runstein. They were on a residency together in northern Italy in a tiny ancient chapel, and they improvised without speaking much, without ever really knowing each other. This track, Breathing with You, with Me, it sounds like the purest kind of collaboration. Just letting things happen. No expectations, no demands. Strangely enough, the album is called Thank God the Plague is Over. And that was ancient graffiti that they found etched into the walls of the chapel. Another age, another plague. This is Breathing with You, with Me. Charles Spearin, Josefin Runstein. Charles Spirin, Josephine Runstein. That was Breathing With You, With Me. Here's our last track for this Ponderbeat by Matthew Cardinal. Now, he's shown up on Ponderbeat before in the group Nahiawak, but here, this is his first solo instrumental ambient offering. His new album is called Asterisms, and that had me heading to a dictionary. An asterism is a collection of prominent stars, but not a constellation. Think the Big Dipper, that kind of thing. Cardinal wrote this music for himself. Each track is titled with a date. It was a day, a mood, a moment. Cardinal's music doesn't need a narrative, no story. All it needs is your time and you. The you that shows up in the quiet. The you that's underneath everything else. This is Matthew Cardinal with May 7th. Matthew Cardinal with May 7th, ending this edition of Ponderbeat. I hope you heard something here that really excited you and that you are now off to buy yourself some new music. The musicians here on Ponderbeat need that support now more than any other time. So I hope you'll buy a new album out of this. Take care.